Some time ago we did a headlight and a turn signal replacement on a Subaru, and that happened to be on the driver's side, and many of you asked if we can show on how to do that on the passenger side. So let me place down the camera, focus everything, and we'll get right to it. So the first step is removing this intake that leads to the air filter, the mass airflow sensor, and so forth. This is a 2010 Impreza, non-turbo. So what you see here also applies to other Subarus as well. So just remove these guys. You just turn them a couple times, and then you just want to slightly pry them up. Okay. Place this to the side, and this comes right out here. Okay. Now right here is where the air filter lives. It's the air filter housing, your mass airflow sensor, and the best thing really is to remove this if you need to do the side marker or your turn signal. Right here is your low beam. Your high beam is right here, and I'll come in for a different angle in a moment. You can change these without removing this box. The turn signal, you could do it, but it just makes the job a lot easier removing this air box, and you'll get direct access to the turn signal. Now this air box comes out rather easily. Right on the bottom, you have a 10mm bolt right there. Mass airflow sensor, just disconnect that. You have a clamp right here, and then the entire air box will come right out. And before we even do that, a couple things. Good idea to disconnect the negative terminal going to the battery. And I'm also going to spray just a touch, whoops, that's a little too much, but just a little bit of PB Blaster. And that's because sometimes these chassis bolts, they can rust on pretty well. Actually, that's, what size is this? Oh, I got the wrong socket, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, flathead. Just a little bit. Mass airflow sensor, disconnect. Okay. And let's see, oh, you have another one. Looks like right on the side. Right here also, that's a 10mm as well. Okay, and then right on the side of the airbox you have a little clip, there you go, that holds in the wire. Okay, there we go. So again, it's not really a necessity, but it just makes the working room so much better. So right here, you have a cover for your low beam, and I said this in the other video, that sometimes these covers have they could be torque spit screws or just sometimes some really funky screws. In this case, it just comes right out, which is a really nice thing. And then this you just turn, and there's your low beam. Okay. Now, whenever you replace the low beam, just don't, with your fingers, don't place it on the filament because it will ruin it. Place everything back together, turn it, and there you go. You can also put a little dielectric grease on the end, just a little bit, and that's all that you need. Okay, place it back on here, and there you go. And then over here we have the high beam. Press down, there's a tab where my thumb is. Press down, don't pull on the wiring, just press down on the tab, and then pull down with the other hand. There you go. Same thing with this, turn it, and there you go. There's your high beam, okay? Place it back in, rotate it, it's good to go. A little dielectric grease. Place this back on. And then lastly we have the turn signal. Now it's a little difficult to get the turn signal on camera, but again, there is your high beam, your low beam, and then the turn signal is way back here, okay? Again, in this case you're going to rotate it up, pull back, and there it is. There we go. And there you go. So same with this, you rotate it, and out she comes. I'm just going to clean off the end of the bulb, put some dielectric grease on the ends, and lastly, just put everything back together and you'll be in good shape. So you have your new bulb, place it in the housing, turn it clockwise, and when you're ready to install this, this is what I've found has worked pretty well for me. I look at the opening. I know the reflection's pretty bad here, but right there, right here is the opening. So I grab the turn signal and I gently find that opening, and there we go. Place it and turn it in. I just want to clean off this turn signal, and we'll put everything back together.